You're listening to JTE Movie Thinks. Is that the title? Is that correct grammar? All right, we'll go with it. It's a show about movies and thinking. And now, here's your host, every man's hero, JTE.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of JTE Movie Thinks. This is gonna be a fun episode, guys. Coming back for maybe his third or fourth or fifth. I'm not even sure how many times he's been on here, but Mr. Tom Dagnino, A.K.A. Finstock.
You know, it's always a pleasure coming on this show. I would do it every day if I had the chance.
Okay, well, yeah, we're roommates one day. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, maybe. It's possible.
You never know. And we got
I
a special.
That room in my house.
Listen, Tom always goes around with entourage. Usually it's 10 deep sometimes. Today he rolled in with the one and only DJ Goldberg. Surprise guest, but you know what? More the merrier on JT Movie Things. What's up, DJ?
What's happening, Brian?
You ready to talk
some
movies?
Me, man. I appreciate it, bro.
This guy is one of the smartest people.
Lies.
Well, he's the third smartest in the room right now. That's clear.
Tom's one, Bobby's two,
yeah,
and JT are tied, right?
JT,
We're tied for first?
Tom's
Awesome.
one, Bobby's two.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So, DJ, we all know Tom very well. Everyone that watches the show has heard him many times. Are you a big movie guy?
Yeah, I am. You know, by trade, I am a TV guy, but I love movies. It was my first love and passion, and so yeah, I try to keep up. You know.
All right. Well, give me. I'm not asking for your top 5 favorite movies all time because I mean that's a hard question. But just give me a couple. Throw a couple out there. Just like top of your
movies
list.
in my movie experience. You know, I think I always go back to movies like The Deer Hunter, Patton.
Oh, damn.
You know, I think Godfather 2, obviously, to not be super cliched.
Fantastic.
You know, and then you know the Big Lebowski is a seminal movie in my life,
okay.
and so are movies like Adventures in Babysitting and Ernest Goes to Camp.
Yeah, the ones you always put on when they're on TV.
Well, the first few you mentioned right there, for me, like when someone asked me the question, what's the best decade for film? I kind of lean towards the 70s, man.
It's interesting. It's a sort of a forgotten decade in cinema, but so many amazing movies came out and so many technical breakthroughs happened. I mean, go watch Midnight Cowboy and tell me that's not the best lighting in any movie of all time.
I mean, seriously, Godfather 1,
Kubrick
2,
might have to say
Patton,
something about
that. One Flew of the Cuckoo's Nest, Kubrick's films, Doctor Strangelove, Jaws, the original Star Wars. I mean, all these movies came out in the 70s.
I would say
Taxi
the 70s.
Driver, Rocky.
I was born in the 70s, so obviously that was a fantastic decade. I mean, movies. I mean, look, you got Rocky. Done. That's all it really needs to say. But yeah, you do have The Deer Hunter. What was that? 74 or something like that?
No, it was later.
It was later, 78.
I think it was.
But I mean, these movies, I would say the 70s as well. The 80s
Apocalypse Now.
Yes, Apocalypse. The 80s went into the kind of fun, crazy cocaine family movies.
Yeah, well,
I think the 80s has the best comedies.
The end of the 70s
have the best, like he said, technical aspects of movies and lighting and the new schemes and the way film was shot. It was amazing stuff, like French Connection and all these things. It was crazy.
Towards the end of the 70s is what gave birth to the blockbuster. Jaws and Star Wars were two that kind of started the summer blockbuster craze.
Absolutely.
And the 80s took that and just ran with it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
For sure.
I totally agree. I mean, it's also, like I said, we have to start this off today. It's a sad day for Rocky fans, you know. You hate to see people die, but you really, really hate to see people die who were in the movie Rocky.
It's very true.
That's an issue. Tony Burton, this guy was a former football player.
And boxer.
He was in jail and made something out of his life.
Yeah.
And he has some of the most profound,
reminds me of a young Bobby's
quotes.
Finstock.
Yeah, well, a little bit. The most, profound quotes in Rocky. I mean, his dialogue was great.
That's true. A lot of people, Mickey is great in the ring. He's great in the corner. But I think if you ask me who was the best corner man of the whole Rocky series, it was Tony Duke.
Throw the damn towel.
Yeah, throw the towel. See, he's got a machine.
Yeah.
And then you tweeted out a great quote today where he's like, hey, you need to come look at this guy. He needs some serious business.
Absolutely, he does. He's like, this is not a game to him. This guy's here for a fight.
Yeah, and one of my favorite quotes from Rocky 2 is where he goes, Apollo's like, I need to fight him again.
No pain. No
and
pain.
He goes
no
up
pain.
to him and he says, you want the truth? I saw you beat this man like I never see you beat no man ever. And he's kept coming after you.
He's like,
we don't need no man like that in our life.
we don't need a southpaw. They do everything backwards.
Yeah.
He's right, because I'm a southpaw and I do everything backwards, which also like somehow flips to be the right way. It's crazy.
It's crazy how it flip-flops.
Yeah.
But yeah, rest in peace, Tony Burton.
Yeah, it's a sad
one of the
loss.
greats.
I knew when we didn't see him in Creed.
Yeah.
Something was an issue.
Yeah, because he'd been in all other 6 movies,
he was in
right?
Balboa.
Yeah.
When he came back in Balboa, was that not like one of the best moments in the movie?
It's fantastic.
Let's make some hurting bombs.
Yeah,
I was like, oh my God,
like,
yes.
You ain't got the speed. You got arthritis in your
Yep.
neck.
Your knuckles, they're no good.
Yeah, no good.
Oh, man,
Pure,
it's so good.
hard, cast iron punching power. It's
Rest
good
in
stuff,
peace.
man.
It's
It's
good stuff.
bad. I
He
mean,
is. I'm trying to think of the only other role I remember him like.
he was in The Shining.
Shining,
That's
yeah.
where was he in The Shining? Was he?
I
Because
think he was
wasn't-
Scatman Carruthers' brother.
Okay, yeah, maybe. But
He's probably in the hotel, I would assume.
the movie Stir
Yeah.
Crazy with Gene Wilder and Richard
yes.
Pryor.
Yeah, it's a great
The
movie.
prison scene where he goes to punch, I think, like Gene Wilder, and he accidentally hits
Yeah.
the big guy. And he, like, he's all like nervous, and he's like putting the match back and like
Yep.
lights a cigarette. That's like one of my favorite scenes in that movie. And I was like, oh wait, I totally forgot that was him when
Yeah,
I was
Tony Burton.
looking at Tony Burton stuff this morning. But all right, well, let's get to the meat of the show. So
Yes.
basically, what I do is every week I have somebody on the show, and I ask you, what's the last movie you watched from beginning to end? And you know, a lot of times we have critics on the show, or sometimes we have to go to screenings because we're reviewing a movie. I want to know what's the last movie you watched because you wanted to. Like maybe it was something on Netflix that you haven't seen before.
Well-
maybe it's something that's in your shelf. Maybe you saw Zapped for the 100th time. And you took it out of the closet and put it in your DVD player.
You know what? Surprisingly, that's what we're going to talk about
No
today.
way! Shut up.
Yep.
Wow, I called it. It was a joke call, and I still called it.
I was walking in my house, and I have a big giant picture of Zapped once you walk in.
Yeah, you have a great poster.
And I was like, you know what? I haven't saw this in a while. I was like, let me check this out again. And guess what? It's still the best.
It holds up.
It
gotta-
is the best. It's Scott Baio
Yeah.
and Willie Ames at the height
Of their power.
of the power. I mean, yes, they took it to another level with Charles
Yeah.
in Charge when they were banned from hanging out with the extras because they were sleeping with all of them.
Gotcha.
They're like, Scott and Willie, you got to chill out. They were just going crazy, or cocaine freaks. It
Let,
was the
let me,
best.
let me ask you a few questions. DJ, have you seen this movie?
I have.
Has it been? When was the last time you saw it?
Years ago.
Years ago?
Yeah.
Okay. I saw it when I was a kid, like teenager, maybe that era. Because when you see the poster, it's a great poster. You have,
It's amazing.
It's like him
Holding that.
lifting.
It's
yeah,
banned.
this
It was
girl-
banned in America.
Yeah.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
No, really?
Yeah, that's a. I got that on eBay. It's like band,
Oh,
red
wow.
band, or something like that.
I mean, here's the thing. It's every teenage kid's fantasy come true. The power of, like, Jean Grey or President... You can move stuff with your
Telekinesis.
mind. Yeah,
Yeah.
telekinesis. And he doesn't do it to, like, save humanity. He literally is bringing girls' skirts up, bringing
Yeah.
their bras down.
It's
like
the best. And then Willie
Screwing
Ames
with
uses
bullies
the,
and
Yeah.
And Willie Ames uses it to count cards. I mean,
So I don't remember...
Scatman Carruthers is in
Yeah.
it.
I don't remember the movie very well because, like I said, it's probably been a good 15 years since I've seen it.
I mean, yeah.
But I do remember it. And I do remember it being like one of those 80s VHSs that I would just grab at the Blockbuster and watch
It's
every time.
a fantastic movie. It's got like the Razzie for like the worst movie ever
Did
made.
it really? No, it didn't.
Yeah, it
Come
got
on.
something.
Did
It got a Razzie for something.
That's horrible.
Golden Raspberry. For worst, Golden Raspberry for worst actor, Willie Ames.
Let me ask you this, because this is maybe a false memory of mine. I remember the movie not being as sexual as I thought it was going to be.
They have a great love scene between Scott Baio, and he makes the bed fly out. The mattress comes down, and they make love to a great song. I don't remember what it was, but it's like a 4.5 minute
Really?
lovemaking
Oh,
scene.
okay.
Now it was supposed to be a minute long, but Scott Baio is such a pimp that they
Yeah.
were like, "This is amazing, and we have to go 4.5 minutes with this."
Well, okay, so DJ, do you remember like any? I feel like it wasn't on the Porky's level of like.
No, not
nudity.
even close.
No, it was very tame, more tamer than I thought it was going to be when I watched
But it
it.
had
Yeah, but think about it in '82.
That's true.
You know,
Yeah.
and just barely sort of.
That's funny because I remember the 80s. You could get away with like I remember seeing a PG movie and it had boobs. I might have been
Yeah.
Airplane.
Absolutely.
probably was.
Yeah, it probably was Airplane. But yeah, so it's like I'm trying to think of. It's weird. Like I remember the movie as a whole, but not like scene by scene. Is this Scott Bale's like one of his first movies starring?
Yes, because he was just Chachi for a while.
Yeah, he was. Oh, that's right. He started off in Happy Days. I totally forgot
then
about
got
that.
The
Johnny
crazy
Knows
part about it
Chachi
is
and-
following the box office success of Porky's and the nudity that was allowed in that in '81, they went back and reshot Zapped and made it a little more rougher. Sort
Really?
of like what Deadpool is going to do for
Oh,
superhero
okay.
movies.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
didn't know they went back and reshot.
Yeah, they were like, we don't have enough nudity in here. Let's go hard. Because
Now-
Porky's really, and there was a breast
Porky's
every
the
2
best.
seconds.
That was the best.
This is like it's a little bit reminds me of
And
Teen
there was
Wolf.
Bush in that too. Yeah, that's the
It
thing.
reminds me a little bit of Teen Wolf, like that kind of kid in high school comes with a power
Right.
and abuses it to like become the popular kid in school.
It was
right?
a typical 80s format. Geek,
Is that it?
geek
Go ahead.
gets a power and gets laid. Period. And then some way screws it up. And
It
everybody
learns a lesson by the end of the
Right.
day.
Thinks he should be
exactly.
with the hot chick, but realizes that the hot cool chick is the one to go.
Right, I think
Yeah.
I was
Boof.
a lot of people could probably. Yeah, Boof's hot. I'll take
Super
Boof
hot.
over her, and I'll take
time.
Bernadette over the Heather Thomas character.
I know.
Bernadette's
Okay.
really hot.
Super hot and disappeared after Zapped.
Yeah,
I mean, I
because-
guess after Facts of Life.
Well, Scott Baio, they're like she's tainted now. Because Scott Baio is known for like having real sex on camera. Him, Mickey
Hey,
Rourke.
Mickey Rourke.
Him and Mickey
Okay,
Rourke.
I knew Mickey Rourke about that, but I didn't know Scott Baio too.
Yeah,
Very-
yeah,
very
he's,
method.
I mean, look, I wanted to do a remake of Zapped, but they did some stupid one for like the Lifetime channel or something like that.
Oh,
It was
really?
just really bad.
Only
Yeah,
like 10 years ago or something.
yeah, it was like 2012 or something.
Now
like
it's
that.
funny because like I go to Blockbuster, not Blockbuster. Sorry, I used to go to Blockbuster. I go to Best Buy. I go to these like Amoebas. That's not one of those movies you ever see on the shelf.
Never.
Like I don't know what the company might have went under. They have the rights, but they can't produce the Bluray.
I don't know if they ever made it on DVD.
Do they even make it?
I don't
DVD?
know. I doubt it.
Yeah, I have it on DVD.
You do have DVD.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I have it on.
See, but it's one of those ones you literally have to go out of your way on eBay or
I had to go.
Amazon.
I got it from Turkey
Okay, that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
some European country probably.
because everybody's like Zapped.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is a great movie. Scott Baio, it's his favorite movie he's ever done. He said he loved it when he
Shut
shot
up,
it, and
really?
he loves it now. Yeah, absolutely.
I need to go back and rewatch this movie.
Look, I think this is when movies were fun.
True.
Comedies were great. This was a great movie. I mean,
But this wasn't like nowadays. This wouldn't be an A-list title. When this movie came out, it wasn't an A-list title.
No.
This is like just one of the guys, maybe a step below of it. Remember that movie?
fantastic.
Just
movie.
one of the
Another
guys.
80s
Just one of the
movie.
guys. Yeah.
Oh, when she whipped up when she whipped him out in the end.
Unbelievable.
When she showed the gay dude she was dating, whatever the
Yeah.
hell he was. I mean, Zapka's in that too.
Yeah, Zappa. Yeah.
best.
That was like him. That movie and where else? Karate Kid. Was he also bullying Back to School?
He was the bully in Back to School.
Yeah.
Oh,
he
man.
had a short role in European Vacation as Audrey's boyfriend.
Did he really?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't
Now he's
know.
an Oscar-winning short director.
He was in Hot
that's
Tub
right.
Time Machine also.
He was.
Great cameo.
He was. And obviously, I mean, I got an action figure of him at his house.
Now,
in my house. He's the
I
best.
believe I'm correct in saying they did make a Zap 2.
They did.
Who was in Zap 2? Was it?
I can't tell you.
All right, I'm gonna look it up
know.
because was it like? Did you see it? I mean, as a fan of the first one, how do you not? I feel like I might have seen it.
You know what? I think Willie Ames was in it. I just didn't think it worked.
Really?
I mean, look, he gets these powers.
Oh, it's called Zapped Again.
Zapped again.
Oh,
That's what it was.
1990. It's not even an 80s movie.
He gets these powers off of like
Oh wow, this looks bad.
off of like weed or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Like weed mixes with something.
Okay.
I forget what it was. I was just overwhelmed. But that's how he gets the powers and wakes up, and they have great special effects in this thing. I mean, if anybody hasn't watched this yet, and
Okay.
you're a comedy fan, this is it.
That's how you know Zapped Again didn't do very good because the guy who starred in the sequels, Kevin Matthews, his name is Todd. His real name is Todd Eric Andrews, and there's no picture of him on IMDb.
Oh, he's working at, you know why? Because he's over at the gas station at La Cienega now.
Yeah, he didn't really do anything else. Oh, apparently he had a small role in The Big Bang Theory in 2007.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because that has like some kind of like fantasy about it.
A geek fantasy.
Yeah. I mean, I think you look at Heather Thomas, who went on to do like the Fall Guy and with Lee
Okay.
Majors and things like that. She had like a bad accident and got like disfigured or something.
Really?
she?
Yeah. I mean, she had a fantastic body, but
That wasn't her in the movie.
it
though,
wasn't.
right?
No, it
a
wasn't.
body
It
double?
was body doubles.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because you never really think about
Yeah.
that. You're like, there's no way that's a body double, and 9 times out of 10 it is.
Listen, as much as I feel like we could talk about Zapped for an hour straight, I don't think it's possible. So let's talk about some of the 80s films that are in this vein that you guys really enjoy. Like, I'll start off with Just One of the Guys.
Yeah.
That's one of those movies I go back and I still like it today.
It's so good.
Especially because of her brother Buddy, who's just like a sex fiend in that
He's
movie.
the best in it.
God.
He's the best.
There's a scene where he describes about how to scratch your balls. Like,
Yeah.
for,
And he
like
moves
different
it.
moves.
Yeah, you move your balls left and right.
Yeah, it's so funny. And it's still holds up to today, and that girl is so hot.
Oh, she's
What
beautiful.
did she do? I saw her like on a VH1 show.
She
where
was
it's like,
in- yeah, she was in a
remember
couple
the
of different-
80s or whatever.
No, when she
I
whips
love
him
the
out
80s.
at the end, he didn't believe that she was a girl. And when she whips him out, I'm not going to, it might have been, it's not Alexandria Daddario,
No, it's not that level.
but
That's
it's pretty, it's top 10.
Okay.
When she whips these out, you got Phoebe Cates.
Yep.
You
Phoebe
got-
Cates, yes, and Fast Time, but that felt like a little more. That's a little level above, like just one of the guys.
That was the reigning
was
champ.
that 70s? Was it?
No,
Yeah. Fast Times?
No,
it
yes.
was
It was 80, I think.
maybe like 80,
I think
81.
it was 80.
I think it was 80. When
But that was the
It was 82.
well, Phoebe
the
Ca-
gold
Phoebe-
standard.
yes, for a
Phoebe-
while.
Phoebe Cates held the title.
Okay.
Until Daddario did True
Dude,
Detective.
oh, really?
Yes.
That long?
Yes.
The record.
She
Wow.
had a good
run.
She had a
really
good run.
That's
yeah.
a huge run.
Yeah.
I'll
All
tell
right.
you what, though. Daddario's going to have a huge run. Yeah. Because that's not beatable right
That's
now.
not. Yeah,
Holy
she's like the Steph
Jesus.
Curry of topless scenes right now.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's Daddario's scene and
God
then
bless her.
everybody else.
Yeah. DJ, any movies from the 80s specifically, like in this vein, that really kind of stuck out to you growing up?
You know what was I guess yeah. I mean, I guess Porky's was probably the
Yeah, okay.
for me that and actually Original Vacation. The
Original Vacation. Did that have
It's one of the best movies.
full
of all time.
frontal?
There was Beverly D'Angelo.
Beverly D'Angelo in the shower.
In the shower.
And they were fantastic.
fantastic. And I think also just, just seeing, blurry, watered Christy Brinkley boobs was good enough for me.
Yeah, that's
I
funny.
mean,
one.
you got Ghostbusters.
But that's
you
not
got
in the-
Revenge. You got
come on.
Revenge of the
Revenge of the
Nerds.
Nerds.
Okay,
was
Revenge
a
of Nerds I'll
seminal
give you,
movie
but
for
don't
me.
give me Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
That is nothing
Yeah.
like
That's true.
zapped.
You're
Yeah, there's
100% right.
there are supernatural powers. I'll give you that.
There is.
Revenge of the Nerds won, especially when they
when they
go into
raid
the
the
sorority house.
Yes.
It's just brilliant.
and they just sit there for hours waiting for Bush, and they get it.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this: like one of the scenes a lot of people talk about or
You
make
got
fun of
Caddyshack.
are the fact she tricks the head cheerleader to make love to him.
Yes.
Like he puts on the Darth Vader and she's like,
Yes.
oh, and her reaction is, oh, wow, you nerds really know how to have
You're
sex.
a nerd. You
yeah.
can you eat pussy well.
Yeah.
Like
And
He
it's like-
destroyed her life.
yeah.
But wouldn't that that is the most unrealistic thing ever? That would put you in jail immediately.
That coupled with
No.
the pie station where they had naked pictures
Yes,
at the
that's
bottom.
right,
And,
yeah.
yeah. And
No,
Ted
I don't
McGinley's
know.
like, that's my pie.
Can't get away.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is,
Can't get away with that today.
exactly.
yeah, he's like, it's my pie.
my
If you
hair
have
pie?
he's like hair pie. My thing is, she was like, if the nerd would have like not destroyed her the way he did,
Yeah.
then she probably would have been like, I'm gonna file some charges.
Okay.
But since he piped her down, and she was like,
He ended up marrying her.
Stan
Yeah,
Gable,
it's true.
Stan Gable didn't do this to me.
Yeah.
She's like, this is the new guy.
Yeah. Interesting.
I mean,
it's
look,
funny because
Lewis.
Yeah, Louis
I-
Skolnick.
Yeah.
I'm hoping Zapped again, which I probably never seen. I hope it stayed R. Revenge of the Nerds was a good rated R movie.
Great rated
Then
R.
they went
Great.
PG-13.
And then they had to go back.
Did they go back?
Yeah,
Don't,
I
was it,
think
wait,
they
what was the
went
third
back.
one? No, the third one was a TV movie. I
No,
think.
No. The second one was it PG-13? The second one?
The second one was
Revenge
yes.
of the Nerds, Nerds in Paradise.
That
Right.
is PG-13.
Yes, but it was still
100%.
fantastic.
I'm with you. It's really good.
It holds up.
It is really good, but you
What's
do.
the one when they're in Florida? Is that the
That's
Return
Nerds in
of
Paradise.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'cause they
that's
go,
Nerds in
it's how they
Paradise,
go on
it's like
spring
Miami
break.
or
Right,
something.
Yeah,
right,
and they
right.
ruin their house, and they meet that guy who smokes weed.
Yeah, the old Chinese
The
guy.
old Chinese guy.
Booger's guy.
It's like
Right.
yeah, it's like Booger's
He's
Yoda.
catching mosquitoes with chopsticks and shit.
Yeah,
Before Miyagi did it too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hate when that happens. I hate when you get a rated R franchise and it goes PG-13. A lot of movies that we've mentioned, Vacation, first movie rated R, love that movie.
Yeah.
But they went PG-13. But yeah, I love
They
Christmas
went
Vacation.
PG-13 by Christmas, right?
Yeah.
But
The European was R?
Yeah, because there's tons of boobs in
I
European.
gotta admit, I've
Yeah.
never seen European.
Oh, you gotta watch it. It's fun.
It's not your typical vacation movie.
No.
Okay.
It's shot totally different.
Okay.
Like
Eric Idle is like this recurring bumbling idiot. It's a whole
Right.
thing.
right. It's not the best.
Another-
it's my.
But it's a fun,
Yes.
like you see Rusty like
better
seeing
than-
boobs for the first time
better than
and stuff
Vegas.
like that.
It's
Yeah.
It's better in Vegas. I kind of like Vegas.
Vegas is fun, but
Yeah.
it's
Again, PG-13.
mindless and PG-13.
well, anything
right?
that has Wayne Newton in it is good.
Good point. Best of the Best 2. Wayne Newton is in it.
Yes.
Do you remember
he is.
Best of the Best 2?
No.
Okay. Well, Best of the Best is amazing.
Yes.
Part 2, what's his name? The guy from Vegas Vacation. You just said his name.
Wayne Newton.
Wayne Newton. He's the bad villain in like Best of Best 2.
He probably financed the movie.
It's amazing. Another movie in this range, Police Academy.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Love the
Fantastic.
first Police Academy.
Brilliant.
So good.
Rated R. There's that one scene where they're partying at the beach and all the girls
Yep.
get topless.
Yep.
What happens?
PG-13.
PG-13. What's happening?
And it dies, right?
I'm
And
telling
you know what
you.
happens. They know that they're alienating their audience, and they don't want kids buying tickets for whatever Ernest Goes to Camp, and then walking in and seeing their movies.
It's the pussification of America. It always is.
Yeah.
It's
funny. You know what I realized?
Big deal. It's a pair of breasts. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's a bigger conversation.
Europe is much. They have nudity in their commercials.
Oh, for sure.
Got to move to Europe.
Absolutely.
You got a movie we talked about last time I was on here, Gung Ho. That's in the 80s. That's one of my favorites.
Yes, we
But then
talked
you
about
got,
that.
Armed and Dangerous. You got Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yes.
You got,
Armed and Dangerous
like
is
the
great.
before mentioned Back to School. You got The Money Pit. You got Goonies, Back to the Futures. I mean, yes, we did say the 70s was instrumental for film, I think, taking film to another level.
I think
But
as an
the
art
80s
form, the 70s is better. But if
Absolutely.
you want just a good time,
80s comedies.
80s reflected that.
80s comedies were the best.
Well, I also think what's interesting is that John Hughes was able to get a million people to watch his movies and never have any nudity in it.
That's a good point.
That's as well, too.
And that, I think, is why people that started franchises were like, well, if Hughes can do it, then we can probably do it too.
good
And double our.
Well,
Our fan
there's
base.
also that theory. It's the allure of seeing the breast, but not really seeing them under. Look, breast can look as great under a shirt, sometimes better under a shirt than out in the open.
No, that is true. They can't. Yeah.
I think. Now, do I watch movies just for it? I don't even care about movie breast anymore. I care about TV breast. TV breast is where it's at now.
Okay, I feel like we really went off a tangent, but no, that's great. So I'm thinking Police Academy. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Spaceballs.
And I feel like in the 90s, rated R movies somehow became toys for kids and cartoons for kids. Let's get some examples. Rambo, First Blood, Rambo 2, rated R movies, action films. Rambo cartoon series, Rambo toys.
Yep.
RoboCop, maybe one of the most violent movies of the 80s. Paul Verhoeven.
Absolutely.
I mean, that movie is violent as hell.
Still is.
We turned to a cartoon.
Still is.
Yeah, still is.
You're 100%
Pretty
right.
bad. Cartoon, action figures. A movie that was NC-17 that was released called The Toxic Avenger,
Yes.
where girls are nude.
It's crazy.
There's a scene where a guy's head gets run over and squashed like a watermelon.
Yes.
Became a cartoon and had I had Toxic Avenger toy figures as a kid.
It's a cult classic.
But how did you make this transition from a rated R, hard R, NC-17 type movie to a kid's product? My mom bought me the first movie, The Toxic Avenger, when I was like 10 years old because I had the toys and I watched a cartoon. And then when I watched it downstairs by myself,
Freaked out.
I was like, there's a girl butt naked. There's sex scenes in the beginning. This is trauma. Trauma was pushing the envelope in the 80s.
Oh, absolutely.
And then I'm
It's
seeing...
it was a B movie.
Yeah, I'm seeing heads getting decapitated and squashed, and I'm like...
It's scary.
What the
It's
hell?
scary.
My mom had to saw it, ran it, returned it. You're saying the pussification of America.
Oh, big time. Big time.
That does not happen nowadays.
Well, I mean,
To
look,
have those kind of rated R franchises transition to a kid's product.
No, you're 100% right. No comedies stand up anymore. I
there
watch
is,
them and I'm
but not as
like,
much.
big deal. If I want to watch a comedy, I go to the 80s. The writing was fantastic. The jokes hit all the time. The actors were better. They were pure comedic guys that did great stuff. I mean, look at Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy Raw.
The Rodney Dangerfields of the world. Even Sam Kinison.
One of my favorites.
Tom Hanks.
Pryor doing a lot in the 80s too.
Yeah, Pryor. Tom Hanks was a great comedic actor for a long time. He transformed obviously into this guy, but I still think he probably can do comedy.
Bosom buddies.
It's interesting how some comedians can make that jump. For me, Chris Rock never worked in movies.
No, he doesn't.
I think he's gonna
He
stand up.
destroys when he stands up.
Destroys.
Oh my God. Unbelievable.
Kills it. And I'm looking forward to see what he does at the Oscars.
That's the only thing I'm watching in the Oscars.
Yeah.
That and Best Supporting.
But have you ever
Other
seen?
than that, I don't care.
Besides, the only Chris Rock movie I liked was one that you really liked like a year ago. Was
Top 5.
Top 5.
Fantastic.
Grown Ups
Which he-
too. Oh yeah.
No, yeah, Grown Ups too. But
I thought Top 5 was the best comedy of the 2014.
But it was almost because of the supporting cast more than it was him, because he was directing and he wrote it. He was fine in it, but it was just like. before that, I was never like, he never hit like anything close to like Eddie Murphy status.
I thought him and Rosario had great chemistry.
They did.
For some reason. Like I said, I didn't like Chris Rock in Lethal Weapon 4 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And
that was bad, yeah.
He doesn't work well with others. Just give him a mic and let him do his thing.
Look at Kevin Hart. He's trying to make this jump into movies, and I'm sorry.
It's just not there.
It's weird. The dude sells out arenas.
Dude, I know.
You know, but he can't.
He can't make the transition.
It's because he just yells and screams all the time.
Yeah, it comes off really amateurish and just kind of like cheap when he's in movies.
It's cheap. He looks for the cheap laugh.
It's just
80s comedies didn't have cheap laughs.
So explain that.
It was basically because the writing, there was no improv in these 80s things. John Hughes would hand the script over, and you had to say every single word that was on there. No improv.
Yeah.
Apatow just it gives him a camera and lets Jonah Hill talk for like 2 hours.
Well, that's
and then
why
hopefully
every one of his
fun.
movies is an hour too long.
Right, exactly.
Even though they're good.
Because they wait
I
for
like
something
them,
good to happen.
But there's just nothing left to be desired.
Yeah.
You know?
True. And Dane Cook also tried making that jump. Didn't work.
No, he did not.
I would say Eddie Murphy is probably the most successful comedian stand-up to ever transition to film.
Yes.
You guys say so? Sam Kinison had a few fun roles, like in Back to School and some other. I think he might have been in some other films. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, he had little supporting roles.
He had little supporting roles, but like, I wonder why Eddie Murphy was just that talented. I guess.
I mean, he was.
Or he just hit at the right time, maybe, like you said, because it was the '80s.
It was coming up. Pryor was on his way out. You know, you always need a great.
Yeah, that's right. Pryor's another good one. Pryor was great in movies.
Yeah, he was on his way out.
But he was always good with Gene Wilder. Did he ever like really carry a movie by himself?
Brewster's Millions.
Yeah.
Oh, but he had John Candy.
That's true.
I mean, John Candy was one of the best.
Well, I mean, every great comedian needs a bounce board, you know. And Pryor's bounce board was Candy.
Yeah.
You know,
In that movie.
which was fantastic.
Usually Wilder.
Yeah, and
usually
Wilder as well.
For sure.
But then you also have, Eddie Murphy. He worked well with Nick Nolte. I mean, 48 Hours is a comedy. And
it's for sure.
And 48 Hours is fantastic
but Beverly Hills,
and holds up.
But Beverly Hills Cop is Eddie Murphy's movie.
Oh, yeah. And
Hands
Judge
down.
Reinhold is
He's fine, but come on.
No, it's Eddie Murphy's movie.
Yeah, it's Eddie Murphy's
It was supposed
movie.
to be Stallone's movie, but, you know.
That's true, and that turned out to be Cobra.
Yeah, exactly.
Another thing I was going to say was talking about the 80s movies. Oh, I just had the thought, and I lost it. Oh, come on, bring it back.
The best 80s movies?
What were we saying? No, we were just talking about Eddie Murphy, how he transitioned, and I had something and I lost it.
You know, we should do the top 10.
It happens to me sometimes, guys.
Next time I come on here, we're going to do the top 10 breast reveals of all time.
Good one.
That would be pretty good.
It's actually pretty. I'll work on it. I already have 3. I can definitely get, just one of the guys.
Okay.
Market research.
Phoebe Cates, Alexandra Daddario. That's 3.
Yeah.
That's probably the top 3.
Salma Hayek never really went full on, man.
No, she never went
did
full
Desperado.
retard. Yeah.
Let me ask you this, because Zapped was like, for what that was trying to be in the 80s.
Katie Holmes and The Gift. Those were nice too.
Yes, good. not the gift from this year. The one.
No,
the
that
Sam
was
Raimi.
good too, though.
Sam Raimi.
Yeah.
Also, there's American Pie was trying to be like the Porky /
Sure.
kind of that kind of vibe for the 90s.
It was a good comedy.
Was there anything like that in the 2000s? Like, was there anything that hit that teen? I mean, the American Pie movies kind of continued for a while.
Yeah, but only the first one's the only one you need to watch.
Yeah, I don't know. The American
gags,
Wedding wasn't bad. Actually.
It wasn't bad, but the first one was just fantastic because it was a breath of fresh air.
It was good.
Yeah,
It was a breath of fresh air. It was what people needed.
Yeah, is there anything been like that lately that you guys can
Project
think of?
X.
Oh, I never saw that. Was it
fun?
good?
That's fun.
It's good?
Yeah.
They're making another one.
Yeah, they
Oh,
are.
they are?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I liked
think.
the best comedy this year was the night. Last year was the night before.
Yeah, you said the night before. See, I loved What We Do in
I
the Shadows.
laughed at it, but I don't
What'd you
remember
say?
anything.
What We Do in the Shadows?
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Oh yeah, with
but-
So
Jermaine
good.
Clement.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
gotta check that.
Gentleman Bronco
He's so
of
good.
2013 was the best comedy. But see, that's the thing. Nobody gets this kind of zany humor anymore. They chalk it up as being stupid, and a lot of TV execs and you know, not DJ, but a lot of film execs as well. They don't get this humor anymore. Now they're always like, I wish 80s movies were being made again. Then put them through, you loser. You know what I mean? People are still writing these things,
Yeah.
but people are taking them as, oh, yeah, this can't sell, this can't sell. And you know what? I think they're wrong. Now, will it ever make a comeback? I don't think so. Because there was a lot of political stuff in these 80s movies and a lot of like racism and sexism and all these things. And now nobody wants to see that anymore because they're afraid to get, rung up on charges.
Yeah.
Sucks.
It's interesting, man. I mean,
Even breast reveals ain't great anymore on movies. They're just going on TV now.
I'm trying to think of. I remember like just certain movies. Like I think nowadays with internet has really diluted everything.
Yes.
Like when I was growing up, like I'd go see a movie like In the Color of Night with Bruce Willis.
Fantastic.
Just because
Love
I
that
heard
movie.
there was like 2 amazing sex montages.
Jane March is so hot.
I remember the first movie I went and did that for was Skin Deep with John Ritter.
Oh, yeah, that's a good
wow.
one. That's actually a really good movie.
Really good movie.
Really?
And lots of gratuitous.
I vaguely remember that one.
I love that movie.
But I remember hearing like there's multiple scenes,
Yeah.
and I was like, I'm going.
Nudity.
You know?
Yeah. Basic Instinct, another one I hit in the 90s where I was like, I'm going to go
Lord.
see it just because everyone's talking about like how
it.
good the
Lord.
sex scenes are and stuff.
I have like 7 DVDs at my house. Boogie Nights, Zapped, and then the rest are just panty dropper movies like Basic Instinct, Color
Okay.
of Night.
Color of
They're like,
Night.
do you have anything without nudity? I'm like, nah, we don't have that.
I'm trying to think, those erotic type thrillers they're not really around as much as they used to be.
Yeah,
No.
much to Brian De Palma's dismay.
I know.
Yeah,
really.
that's right. I was watching a new show on what was it? It was on Netflix called Love. It's a
That's
Judd
great.
Apatow's produced show.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he has one of the episodes. He even says they don't make those erotic thrillers
Oh, that's
anymore.
right. Yeah,
and I
yeah.
immediately started thinking about them, and I was like, oh yeah, man, what happened
It's
to those?
really hard to
The
make a
last
great
one,
erotic thriller.
The last one that did do well was like Original Sin.
Yeah.
With Antonio Banderas and Angelina Jolie.
Right.
Which had like this epic
Well, they
love
tried
scene.
to do the erotic thriller with the 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, that's right.
It just
God.
didn't work. There wasn't no
Yeah.
thrill in it. I like Dakota. What's her name? She's hot.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
But Dakota Johnson. But
She's Antonio
mean-
Banderas' daughter, right? With,
no. Don Johnson.
John
Don
Johnson,
Johnson
and
and
Melanie
Melanie Griffith.
Yeah.
That's right.
Right,
Yeah.
she's beautiful. She's in just How to Be Single just recently.
That's right.
But no, I think it's very hard. Like 9.5 weeks is probably one of the best.
Oh, you
Adrian
got-
Lyne is the best.
You got Eyes Wide Shut.
Unfaithful.
Unfaithful.
He
You know
also
what?
did Unfaithful.
The last great one was Unfaithful. That is
That
a
was a good
fantastic
one.
movie.
That is a really
Diane
good movie.
Lane is so sexy. in that.
Richard Gere and
Yeah, it's great.
what was the other
Oliver
guy's name?
Martinez.
Yes.
Olivia,
Diane
yeah.
Lane. That's a movie you want to put on with a girl now.
And
The thing is with it though, they jump to conclusions.
Yeah.
But you got to get to the point before the conclusions start to jump. So like,
What do
Yeah.
you mean?
so it's like,
What does that mean?
Why do you have this crazy person on your show?
knapsack, ladies and gentlemen.
Kidnaps out. The Pit Boss coming in.
Basically, what I'm saying is,
Pit Boss, you have a favorite erotic thriller?
Well, I love Color of Night because Jane March is great and
she's
Bruce
good.
Willis's penis.
yes, under the table you
That's
see
right.
a
That
guy
was a big deal,
swimming.
by the way. When
It
that movie
was.
came out, it was like you can show everything on a girl, but you show a guy's penis, people lost their mind.
What I mean by that is, it's basically get the girl naked before like the bad shit starts to happen.
Okay.
Because then they'll start thinking that you might be the bad guy, or you're going to cheat on them, or you're going to be that guy. So once it starts getting really erotic, you got to pick your spots.
Right.
You got to be like, this is my shot to get my hand down her pants right now. And then end it, and then put it on pause, then watch the rest of it. But who cares already? Because you already did what you needed to do.
Another one from the 90s, I believe, that comes to mind is called, I think it's called Sliver.
Yeah,
Again,
yeah.
Sharon Stone.
Yeah.
One of the
Douglas.
Baldwins?
Ba-
what Baldwin?
It was Billy Baldwin.
Billy
No,
Baldwin,
no,
Tom
it's-
Berenger.
I don't think it was Billy. I think it was Daniel.
It
no,
is
no,
Dan-
no, Billy's
The one that was in Backdraft.
Yes, Daniel.
Daniel.
No. Is it Billy?
Steven. It's Steven.
Steven?
Steven
Stephen
Baldwin.
Baldwin.
No, it's not
No,
Stephen
it's not.
Baldwin.
Steven's
It's Billy.
Steven's the chubby one.
It is Billy.
It's Billy.
It's Billy Baldwin.
Billy.
Yeah.
There's too many Baldwins. Damn it.
Daniel was drugged up somewhere. Steven was doing. Steven was in The Usual Suspects.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
he
what
was
we're
good in
talking
that.
about. Sliver was like basically a true story of Rob Lowe's thing where he like videotaped all his sexual
Yes.
escapades and
That was the first sex tape.
but in this one this guy like had a apartment complex and Sharon Stone's living there and he's just watching her
His war
undress and-
room is just so
yeah,
great.
a war room exactly.
It's great. I mean, I don't know. Do scripts pass people's desks anymore, erotic wise? I mean, I think they probably jumped a little bit. With 50 Shades of Grey, people try to jump on that train. I think it's more in books.
That was adapted. As I was saying, it was adapted from a book.
I think a lot of
Yeah.
them are from books.
But from what I hear from most people, not a very good book.
One of my favorites
Still
is
some of the worst prose I've
Yeah,
ever read.
that's
in
what
my
I
life.
heard. Yeah.
it's kindergarten writing. One of my top 5 probably favorites are Unfaithful's in there.
How about Disclosure came out right
Yeah,
after.
Disclosure.
Oh, right.
That was right after Basic Instinct and Fatal Attraction.
9.5 weeks. Fatal Attraction.
Yeah. I never saw 9.5 Weeks.
It's great. That's
So
when Mickey
good.
Rourke.
Yeah, when he was just
the
at
best.
his peak.
Oh yeah, you know what's good? Angel Heart
Oh yeah, with
also Mickey Rourke and Lisa Bonet.
yeah,
it's
Lisa
very,
Bonet.
very,
De
very
Niro.
erotic.
De Niro's the devil.
Yeah, it's
That's
very,
right.
It's very erotic. I like
Interesting.
it. And Color of Night, obviously.
Clear Night. Yeah.
No, you're
Fantastic.
Wait, where
It's Angel Heart.
is it? Angel Heart?
Yeah.
There's also Devil's Advocate.
That's
which is,
Pacino.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pacino.
Was that erotic thriller?
Super?
Nah,
Really?
yeah,
Dude, there's a lot of
Charlize Theron's nude in there for a little
There's
bit.
a lot of nude
Oh,
chicks in
his
there.
sister, yeah, that's
Like,
right.
They go to these parties and stuff,
Yeah.
and yeah.
The Eyes Wide Shut party is what I want to throw. If I ever make a lot of money,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do one of those things. Definitely, and everybody's invited.
Thank you. Oh, great.
Yeah, you guys are
that was
invited.
my next question.
Yeah, you guys
Are
will
we
be
all
invited. Absolutely, you guys are
Except
invited.
Phil.
Yeah, it feels like I'm invited.
Wow, we took some crazy turns in this podcast.
Well, I think that's the way it needs to
This
go.
is like
Well-
a, Dear Penthouse kind of episode.
Well, Zap
Zap does that.
sets off a chain of events. It's clear.
erotic
Yeah.
takes down erotic journey.
The erotic journey from Lon to Minsk.
We're about to get a lot less erotic here because I tweeted out for the show saying we're about to do a show,
Mm-hmm.
and at the end I like to do a thing called Quick Thinks where I ask people what's the last movie they watched, and
Mm-hmm.
then we're gonna give our quick opinions on them. Maybe you guys seen some of these, maybe you haven't. Let's find
Sure
out.
we have.
We got a lot of tweets, guys, so there's a lot of movies to go through.
Perfect.
I'm not gonna be able to get all of them, guys. I'll do my best. All right, first person up is Mathis Schmidt at Mathis G. Schmidt.
Mm-hmm.
Just got done watching Straight Outta Compton.
You know,
Did you see this movie?
I saw it twice.
I saw it, yeah.
Yeah, what'd you guys think? Overall, loved it? Liked it?
I thought I wasn't. I think I came in with low expectations. Mm-hmm. And
Really?
I
Okay.
I walked out blown away. I thought
Okay.
I thought it was fantastic. I thought Easy was great.
Yes, the guy who
I mean,
played Easy was
NWA
great.
is turned me on to rap.
Me
You
too.
know,
Wow.
and I know this. I knew the story. I've watched Dre documentaries. I've watched the NWA story. I've read books, things like that.
You can't
I think I thumbed through.
DJ, were you a
I
big fan?
fondled the book.
I quite liked it, but I having known the story extensively,
Oh, okay.
they glazed over
yeah.
how terrible they were to each other, and I get that for entertainment.
To each other. They were that bad towards each other?
Yeah,
Well, they
they
touched
were-
a little bit on it, didn't
A
they?
little bit,
So
but
it was worse.
Yeah,
Well, it was Cuban Dre behind it, so
It
they
wasn't
wanted to
super
paint them in the
amicable
best
for a
light.
long time, but
Okay.
yeah. But you look, they chose to make the central conflict Jerry Heller, and that was a good choice.
And I thought Paul Giamatti was fantastic in it as well.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Ultimately, with that movie, should have probably been nominated for Best Picture in my opinion.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying, I don't know, like, I do agree the ending gets a little behind the music-y. Like, but overall, I
It
just had
does.
such a good time with it. I was like, whatever. It was
It
one
was
of
a
those...
fun,
Yeah.
it was a fun ride.
No, when they start
and the
singing,
music's great.
when they start playing No Vaseline and everybody's listening
Oh,
to it,
yes.
and Jerry Harrell goes,
That was one of my favorite
starts
parts.
going crazy.
I'll call the freaking...
Yeah, what is it? The Jewish League or whatever? Defamation League?
Yeah, I forgot
Yeah.
what he said.
That's Defamation League. He's calling me an anti-Semite.
Yeah.
They're like, you don't even know what Ren's or somebody. They're like, you don't even know what anti-Semite means.
Oh, man. So, yeah, I love that movie also. I just picked it on Blu-ray. Apparently, the director's cut is 20 minutes longer.
Oh, nice.
And I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but I want to watch it because I heard a lot of people say it actually fills in some of the gaps.
I believe.
good.
I believe.
So,
yeah, I probably didn't want to put that. I mean, look, it could have been a little more condensed. You know,
Yeah.
I thought it ended abruptly, but I mean, I still think it's better than half of the Best Picture nominees that are out there.
True that. Clement N at Jirachi1. Last
Great
film
name.
he watched was Escape from New York.
Ooh.
Talk about like 80s movies. I love Escape from New York.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of Escape from LA.
No, it's the worst.
But this movie, like, it's low budget, but you watch it now, it still feels cool as shit.
It's great.
Kurt Russell, has Kurt Russell ever been cooler than he was
The best.
in Escape from New York?
and
Maybe
the best
in Tango
key
and
art
Cash.
ever, too.
The best what?
Key art.
Oh, yeah.
the posters are
yes.
Oh, it's amazing.
I
Yeah.
have that poster in my room.
That was probably like one of the first things that depicted the Statue of Liberty's head off.
Oh, that's right.
And then Roland
no,
Emmerich uses it in
that's
every
not
movie,
true.
even if they're not
Planet
in
of the
America.
Apes, buddy.
Oh,
Planet
yeah,
of the
yeah,
Apes.
yeah, you're right.
That's right.
Yeah. Fantastic
But
film.
Isaac,
hands off me,
rest in
filthy
peace.
animal.
Rest in peace, Isaac Hayes.
Yes.
As the major pimp daddy who had
That's right.
chandeliers on his car. That was like the most pimp thing in the whole movie.
Isaac Hayes. Jesus. Here we go.
Known as chef to most of
Known
you.
as
probably.
chef, but he has one of the best songs in the world. It's called Ike's Mood. It's like a 9-minute. It's a 9-minute like just trip. It's and how his mood. He's on piano. He's on horns. It's fantastic. Anybody wants to listen to Ike's Mood.
Yeah,
Listen
all
to
right.
it.
I'll go listen
Listen
to it.
to Ike's Mood.
Download
Listen to
it.
Ike's Mood
Yeah,
while watching
download
watching
Color
Unfaithful or
Night?
something. Yeah, and if you can't get laid there, you might as well just jump off a bridge.
I guarantee you about 9% of the listeners never even heard of Color of Night until I mentioned it. in
Well,
this
hopefully
podcast.
somebody watches Color of Night with
Yeah.
Ike's Mood, and they could attribute and they get laid. Pay me later.
Totally agree. All right, let's hit up another one here. All right, well, we're in a Kurt Russell run because Rodan Roche. Last movie he watched was Tombstone. Fucking Wyatt Earp.
This is.
We watched that last week.
Yeah, we watched it last week.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I thought.
Do you still dig it?
I thought somebody was going to talk about Dig It. It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Okay, just making sure. John Roca, friend of the show, does not like that movie.
He's
Wyatt Earp's better.
Yep,
you think Wyatt Earp's better?
He does. That's the argument we were having.
That's what he had. Yeah. John Roca said he liked the Kevin Costner Wyatt Earp movie better.
I think Wyatt Earp's better too.
Why is it better?
I just thought it was better. It was a better recounting of that story. You know? I felt like, and Tombstone's a great movie. I quite like it.
It's such a fun movie.
But I thought it was poppy. You know,
it is. It is. I mean,
well, I went through different directors, but I'm going to give you one reason why Tombstone is better.
I could give you two.
Frank Stallone.
Yeah.
Period.
I was going to say Val Kilmer.
Well, him too, but Frank Stallone kills
Michael Bean.
And Dana
Powers Booth.
And Dana Delaney's breast.
Dude, that's right. Yeah, Frank Stallone. He plays who is he again? The guy?
He's the guy with Val Kilmer stabs.
Yes, that's right. Okay. Mm-hmm. I just recently rewatched Tombstone, and it is such a fun movie. I don't think it tells the story Wyatt Earp very well, which is probably what your beef with the movie is. But as it's just a so solid,
good, and it's so well cast.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, definitely. Who plays Doc Holliday in the Wyatt Earp movie?
Oh God, I can't even remember. I haven't seen it in a while.
No, I'm gonna have to revisit that movie.
It was.
I'm thinking the same thing.
I haven't watched it in a while either.
But
so I got two guys telling me that.
I remember knowing that I always liked Wyatt Earp more than I liked
Tombstone. Doc Holliday stole the movie. I mean, Val Kilmer
he was amazing.
Yeah,
unbelievable. Johnny Ringo, the dirty Cowboys, whatever they were. Fantastic.
Directed by George P. Cosmastos.
Yes,
the guy who directed Rambo 2, First Blood. Mm-hmm. Rambo 2. But apparently there's a lot of rumors
Dennis Quaid played Doc Holliday.
Dennis Quaid. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
But you got Bill Paxton in Tombstone. I see your Dennis Quaid, I raise you Bill Paxton.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and then
Sam Elliott.
And Sam Elliott.
Well, then I take your Sam Elliott and raise you Gene Hackman.
Oh yeah, damn it!
So
both those movies are cast really good.
Really
what
well.
I wanted to watch, but I didn't get a chance to yet, and talk about it, and I will do it next time. Is Mask.
Oh, with Cher
and Sam Elliott,
Eric Stoltz,
and Eric
Peter
Stoltz
Bogdanovich directed
as Rocky Dennis.
Oh yeah, Sam Elliott's the biker.
He's Gar.
Yeah, that's right.
He gives Rocky his first knife.
That's a movie I have not seen in a long time.
We're gonna talk. I'm gonna watch it next week. We're gonna talk about it.
I'll watch it too because I haven't seen it in a long time.
It's so good. I feel so sorry for Rocky.
Yeah.
Not the real
He
Rocky.
got the short end of the stick on that
Rocky
one.
Dennis. He's got something happened to him.
He looks like a Dick Tracy villain.
But Gar took him to a hooker.
Did he? Or does he take a hooker? Yeah. Oh man, this movie's darker than I remembered.
It's the best.
All right.
He joins a motorcycle gang. He's wearing bandanas with the deformation.
Sounds amazing.
So good.
It's that generation's Elephant Man.
Yeah.
Jack Devine, also act Jack Devine, but his name is Jack Walsh. Last movie he watched was Heat. I think Heat. I mean, it's gone down as one of the greatest action crime movies of all time now, right?
I abide by the De Niro rule.
Yeah.
What's that?
Can't leave anything in 5 minutes. Yeah.
Get out.
Get out.
Yep.
This is a 3-hour movie, by the way.
I'll collect my Stallone mugs.
Yeah.
Some of my memorabilia. And
What's that?
What's a 3-hour movie?
Heat.
Heat.
Wyatt Earp is also
Earp's 3 hours and 10 minutes.
Holy
it's just
shit.
like Lawrence Kasdan was like,
Yeah.
you know what, guys?
Well, Kevin Costner's
Here I
in it.
go.
Kevin Costner's is never in anything
movie
under 3 hours.
Yeah.
It's a good point.
Whether he directs it or just acts.
He's like, we got to do 3 hours here.
Would you say Heat is Michael Mann's best film by far?
I think it's his magnum opus. Yeah.
I think it's a beautiful film. Yeah. But
yeah, I mean, Collateral's up there. Definitely enjoyable.
It's great, but it's not better than Heat.
The one that I haven't seen in a long time that I need to revisit is Thief with James Caan.
I watched it about 2 years ago.
Really? Does it hold up?
It's good. It's very good. It's not better than Heat.
Okay.
But it's fantastic. It's a low budget, and it's like car dealerships blow up, and a lot of scenes are filmed over on Wilshire.
Speaking of Val Kilmer and Tombstone, Val Kilmer and Heat.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'll give, you know what, if I had to say who did he give better performance in Heat or Tombstone, I would go Tombstone.
I agree.
Only because he has more charisma. He's just a cold-blooded professional killer in Heat. But he's badass.
With a righteous ponytail.
Yeah, with a righteous ponytail, exactly.
I think that's Val Kilmer's best movie, Tombstone.
Think so? Yeah, it's got to be.
I mean, he nailed...
Top Gun.
Top Gun's great, too. But it's not really his movie. He nailed the Doors movie, too. He nailed Jim Morrison.
Oh, that's right. Oliver Stone. I forgot all about that.
He nailed that.
That's one of those movies I watched as a kid and I fucking couldn't get into because it was just so fucking trippy.
Yeah, he was really great in that. But yeah,
Tombstone is
he was playing himself.
Yeah, exactly. Tombstone is his thing.
All right, we're going to do one more, guys, and we're going to call it a day here. Miles, at Miles Power YT, he said, Copland, I know you will appreciate that one. Let's talk a little bit about Copland, because Stallone is up for the Oscar this weekend.
Yes, he is.
He's going to win it.
He's going to win it. Everyone, if
You
you're
would think.
betting man, you're putting your money on Sly this weekend. He's the sentimental favorite. He's the odds-on favorite.
Yeah.
A couple of those floating around.
What's that?
A couple of sentimental favorites.
Yeah, definitely.
There is.
Leo for sure.
Absolutely.
But you got to say, Copland was like the last time he was even in the breath of getting like an Oscar nomination, at least by the company that was making the movie.
He wanted to
Put on like 40 pounds. For
yeah,
that.
40 pounds.
Put on a lot of weight.
He
Yeah.
wanted to be taken seriously. And
Yeah.
he was working with some real heavy hitters. And the movie's underrated.
Yeah, James Mangold, who's gone on to do Walk the Line. He did that Tom Cruise movie that was not very good, Night
Just
and
signed
Day.
on to do Captain Nemo.
Yes, Captain Nemo. And his last film was The Wolverine.
Yep.
So he's had a successful career. But the movie he made before Copland was called Heavy, which got a lot of recognition on the
Circuit
Sundance.
buzz, yeah,
the
Circuit
film,
buzz, yeah.
film festival circuit. So this was like his first big studio movie.
Right.
And he was really resistant on casting Stallone at first.
Everybody was.
Yeah, well, I mean, Stallone, he's Rocky IV, Rocky Balboa,
It's
Rambo.
3% body fat. This guy had to put on 45 pounds.
And I think the movie is really good. I haven't seen it in a while, but I'll never forget seeing it. It came out.
I remember seeing it in the theater.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
It came out on it came out the weekend of my birthday. And I remember for my birthday, me and my friends all went and saw it.
Nice.
Because I was a huge Stallone fan growing up.
No.
Come on, But the thing is, it has a great cast also, by the way.
You know what
you got De Niro.
You know what the sad part
Harvey
about it is?
Keitel. What?
That movie would go straight to DVD right now. It came out.
No, you think so?
Absolutely.
No. Not
Yeah.
when you got De Niro he does straight DVD some now. Not
No,
really,
they
though.
all do.
Ray Liotta's really good in it too.
Bruce
though.
Willis's last 5 movies have gone to DVD. And this guy was the biggest star in the world.
But he does, but he shows up for a day, gets
De
a couple
Niro-
mil, and he's done.
Right, of course. But the thing is, he's still in it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll go on record saying if Copland came out now, it would go right to DVD or tank in the theater, no question.
I don't know, man. I think
tough.
that's more about where Stallone's career is than it was like.
There's no market for those movies anymore unless it's a Coen Brothers film.
I don't know. That's good.
It's sad.
It's tough. It
We're-
was
we're-
Miramax.
We're living in a superhero world. Period. It's
Yeah.
superhero movies and everything else.
Yeah, Stallone had a famous quote of in the 2000s when all these superhero movies started coming. He said, "The minute you could put abs on a suit, he's like
I'm done."
the old action hero kind of died away."
Right. It's 100% the truth.
Because look at now, you got Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. Some of these guys, not all of them like that. Hemsworth still, the dude's jacked, and
Right.
Yeah.
Chris Evans. But
But look at the Benghazi movie.
look at Michael. Well,
Didn't make a lot of money.
Was it good?
It should have. I heard
it was okay.
Ellis gave it 5 of 5.
Yeah, he went a little nutty over it. We all know that.
Yeah. It's a little crazy.
But
Bark Ellis.
Bark Ellis or
Yeah, Bark
Bark
Ellis.
Ellis?
Yeah.
I think what really started that was Michael Keaton as Batman, because Michael Keaton was not an action hero before that movie.
Nobody
He was a
thought that would
comedian.
work.
No.
Dude, it took him a long time to even make that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
speaking of 80s movies, Michael Keaton had a run. Gung Ho, Mr. Mom, Night Shift.
Yeah.
You know. And he was a great comedian.
Yeah,
And
you know
then he
what's so
did Batman
funny?
and he killed it. And he was actually funny sometimes as Bruce Wayne because you were waiting for something funny to pop out of his mouth, but it sort of never did.
And if you guys really like Spotlight, which has got a chance of winning Best Picture this weekend, check out the Ron Howard movie, The Paper.
Yeah, I like that
With
movie.
Michael Keaton.
right.
Michael Keaton's best movie
Yeah.
it wasn't even in theaters. It's called Live from Baghdad. It was an HBO
Yes,
movie.
thank you. I love that movie.
Fantastic. That brought him
So
back.
good.
It brought him back.
That was a great movie. Also, he did a horror film a few years ago.
White Noise. White Noise.
Yes, White
Yeah.
Noise.
That's
I
a good
dug
movie.
that movie.
Listen, I'm a big Michael Keaton fan.
Yes.
I'm an undercover Michael Keaton fan.
Dude, same here.
But I Spotlight, the makeup department
did you
really
see
didn't do him justice. I think if Spotlight wins Best Picture, it's not worthy of a Best Picture. I think Compton's
Really?
better than that movie.
Well, let me ask you guys. We're about to exit the show here.
It was a good movie, but it was dense
Yeah,
and
it
It was dense. There was nothing there was no.
It
Yeah,
felt
they
a little
talked
bit-
about the thriller stuff. They talked about the priest,
Yeah.
but show something.
Yeah, it's such a tough.
Give-
I know,
give
but it's
something.
just
Give me something.
Raid
Yeah.
a rectory and pull these guys out of their bed or something.
Yeah,
you know, like
Yeah.
give me something.
Give you something. It's funny because it did feel a little bit like that. I don't mean as an insult, but it felt a little bit like an HBO movie to me.
absolutely.
I agree.
Like I'm watching, I'm like, this could be something I see on HBO on a Saturday night, and I'm like, oh,
I'm
that's
telling
really
you,
good.
this
It's
when-
also hard to dramatize the mounting of a Pulitzer Prize winning story.
Absolutely.
You know,
Okay.
it's like we're talking about words and investigating more words. It's just like, how do you dramatize that?
My friend Nicole Rockland produced this movie, and she's been trying to get it produced for years and years and years. 10, 12 years in making this movie. Great girl. Real hard worker. I wasn't blown away.
And I love Tom McCarthy. I think he's a super talented director.
Win-win.
Yeah.
Do you see Win-Win?
Station Agent is great.
You put me on the Win-Win when I first met you, and I was like, this movie is pretty...
Win-Win was a really good movie. Had so much heart, very
anything
honest.
With Giamatti
he's
in
good.
It
He's really good at that stuff, McCarthy. But I just, it is what it is. I mean, for Rachel McAdams to get nominated, she's in 5 scenes, dude. She's in 5 scenes.
Show me what scene she got nominated for.
From what I understand, she was like... she was asleep and she woke up to like 8 gabillion messages on her phone and was like, what's happening? Oh, the movie got nominated. Great. And they were like, no, you got nominated. She was like, why?
What?
You know? Yeah.
That's,
totally
why? They probably used that first shot of True Detective too. Had her ass out. That's what she probably thought the Twitter was blowing up for.
That's what they sent for her,
she's
consideration.
Like, was that for the ass in True Detective 2? Oh, no. That's for you winning it. No, she does not. But that shows you how thin it was this year.
All right, let me ask you, before we leave, one question. What's going to win this Sunday at Oscars, and what do you want to win? What would you, if you voted like any movie could win the Best Picture this year, what would you pick? And what do you think is going to win? We'll start with you, Finstock. What's going to win? What should win?
I think The Revenant will win.
Okay. What should win?
I think Ex Machina should have won.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Wow. It's not even noted. It's
not nominated.
I thought it was a great movie. It was my favorite movie of the year.
All right, interesting.
Besides Creed and Compton.
Yeah, of course.
But I don't think Compton would be number 2 though.
Compton number 2. All right, DJ.
I think Spotlight will win.
You think Spotlight? Okay.
Yeah, and I think Revenant probably should. I just think
So you're a big fan of Revenant?
I was a fan of it, but I just think the undertaking of making that type of a film, is so insane. And I think, Inarritu is brilliant, and he'll get, his again. But I think it's Chivo who really made that movie.
Gotcha.
Emmanuel. He's brilliant, and I think using natural light and
it's amazing.
Yeah,
candlelight and natural light period, and somewhere Kubrick is smiling.
Yes,
and I think
Barry Lyndon.
and
that's where it should win.
And I think the undertaking, the elements, the weather, having to keep that beard for 2 years, all these different things. It was
taking that into account. Yes,
it was quite interesting.
Was the movie absolutely blown away? Fantastic? No.
The 3 place races. Apparently, it's Revenant, Spotlight, The Big Short. Those are the 3 that actually have a chance of winning.
I think The Big Short's great.
I think it's good too.
That movie.
It's good.
I just don't know if it's Best Picture though.
No, it's like.
All right, well, let me give
look
you
at Best Pictures. I mean, you got Godfathers. You got, fantastic
well, not every year
films.
you're going to get a movie like The Godfather, but I see what you're saying.
Right.
For me, I think at the end, The Revenant will pull out and win.
Yeah, I think so too.
But if I was going to pick out of all the Best Picture nominees, it would be Mad Max Fury Road. Do you guys agree? Disagree?
I wholeheartedly disagree.
What did you not like Mad Max Fury Road?
Well, remember I had the issue with you with the 3D, but then I watched it. I like it. But I don't think it's a Best Picture.
Just like DJ was saying, what went into making that movie?
Oh, of course.
Even Tom Hardy said, he goes, I was just on my set. I have no idea what's happening.
Right.
And to see him actually, because it's all in George Miller's head.
Yeah, of course.
They said they shot over 400 hours of film.
That's amazing.
That's Coppola style.
Yeah, then you go watch that movie.
It took him 25 years to make the movie.
Yeah. And the editing in that movie was insane.
It's going to win for every technical thing.
I totally agree.
I think Revenant might win for sound mix.
Okay.
But aside from that, everything else is Mad Max.
That's what it's going to clean up.
As it should be. Maybe one Star Wars. Might take one.
Take one, yeah.
But damn, dude. That movie was so technically proficient and so much fun.
So good.
No, it's beautiful.
Still my favorite movie of the year. All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for the show. This was a lot of fun. I haven't had 3 guests on since last time Finstock was on. We had Mark Ellis.
Well, I roll with an entourage.
That's how it goes.
Ken Knapsack even
he even popped in. All right, so let's start off with Tom. Tell them where they can find you.
At Bob Finstock. We're starting phase 6 of the Schmoes. Really excited about that. Finstock has a new manager. Finstock has new gear. Finstock has a new attitude on life.
Okay.
He's gonna be more iconic than he's ever been. And it's at Bob Finstock, and I'm facing John Juan Shep.
Oh, how do you feel about that?
Look, the guy's an encyclopedia, but where you see sweat, you see fear. You know.
Yes.
So
that's the tagline for your whole campaign from here on out.
Absolutely, because I don't sweat.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I mean?
right. He's not sweating people.
Never let him see you sweat. So all the sweaty king's horses and all the sweaty king's men ain't gonna put the sweaty king back together again.
That's amazing. DJ, tell them where they can find you on social media.
You can find me at the Deeger and Deeger.com, and you can also find me working in Bobby Finstock's new manager's office.
Yeah, she's the best.
Okay, great.
She's gonna make Spicy Lucy eat dirt. No offense to Spicy Lucy.
No offense to Spicy Lucy.
Who is not in the country anymore, I don't think.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah, something. I don't know what the hell happened to her.
Deported?
I think, she was banned from, places, and then, I don't know. It got really weird.
A lot of legal tape. We won't get into it.
Yeah.
Guys, you can catch me at Schmoes JTE on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. Catch me every Sunday with Bob Finstock and Sarah Stratton doing box office breakdown, where we break down the weekend box office numbers. It's a really fun show. Tune in. Also, Screen Junkies. I'm the engineer. I'm on movie fights. I'm on movie games. I'm all over the place over there. Yep. And Mr. Finstock was saying, Phase 6 is coming up real soon.
Absolutely.
It's going to be big, man. Schmo Down, the Schmoes Know Movie Show. I mean, it's just going to be epic.
Yeah, we're gonna take over the world.
Yeah, we really are.
This time we will. Phase 6.
Del Boca Vista.
Yeah, you can find me. St. Louis. All
right, guys. Also, if you're on iTunes, do me a favor. Leave me a comment. And if you feel like we gave you a 5-star podcast, leave 5 stars. I think we did.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, we introduced you to a movie called In the Color of Night with Bruce Willis.
Yeah. Where you get to see his penis under the table.
Yeah, if that doesn't earn me 5 stars, come on, guys. What does?
Absolutely. And the next thing you know, we're going to do Mask next.
Okay,
and then we're also going to do the top 10 breast reveals of all time. And I think people
we'll do that
really like
one episode. That's a one episode.
Yeah, it's one episode.
The first half will be Mask, not the Jim Carrey movie.
No, definitely not.
And the second half will be top 10 breast
reveals.
I'm really going to have to do some homework on that one.
I think we're going to do
a lot of game tape.
Right. And then we're going to have to break it down.
Market research.
We're going to do market research. We're going to do cup sizes. We're going to do areola circumferences, nipple erection. Whatever circumference as well. Just a bunch of circumferences.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll talk to you next time. Keep watching those movies.
Cool.
Hey, what's up? I'm not asking. I'm telling you. See, I'm rolling up my sleeves. There's this link right there. You're going to watch the behind-the-scenes videos. When you're done with that, you're going to laugh your ass off some of these B-Team videos. But don't forget the other podcast stuff, because that's stuff we do personally. All right? Watch that shit.